The participants are expected to add inputs in terms of suggestions, proposals, and strategies as corrective measures to the issues stressed upon in the study. Before proceeding, I would like to announce the rules and regulations for the event. Each college was asked to submit one entry consisting of a maximum of 6 sheets along with the report documentation of maximum 450 to 500 words. You can view these sheets in the exhibition area. The presentation should not exceed 10 minutes. There would be a buzzer on completion of 8 minutes and then again a buzzer on completion of 10 minutes. At this moment, the participants are requested to stop their presentation. Out of the 5 to 6 participating students, only 2 are allowed to present it on stage. For the question answer round, 1 question will be from the juror panel and 1 from the audience. No cross questioning is allowed. Without any further delay, let us begin with the first college. I request College 1 to come on the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, jury. My name is Sumit Harde. This is Shashikant, and we are talking about the city whose population is 2.1 billion. But on some given day, it can be changed into 10 million, and in future we will expecting around 120 million. So next. This is where Haridwar is. It's in the Uttarakhand. Next. Haridwar is the most prominent and religious center of the India. It is called Makkah of India. Its area is 1747 hectares. Its population is 2.28 lakh. It is considered as a religious city. Next. This is the timeline of Haridwar. Next. You can see that. Next, please. This is the population what we are expecting. It was in 1901. It was 26. It was grown to 2.28 million. You can see this. This is the decadal growth rate, and now the population is 2.28. This is a change in population trend, and this is a unique aspect. In 1998, in Haridwar, there were 10 million people were there. In 2001, in Prayag, 40 million people came, and we are expecting 2016 when Earth Kumbh Mela will be there. We are expecting more than 120 million people in Haridwar.
Coming to different aspect of the city, we will be talking about economic aspect. A city is one of the economically vibrant urban center in the Uttarakhand state because it contributes around 25% of the state GDP of Uttarakhand, and the per capita income of people of this city is around 7,000 per month. Next. The city has a good water supply system network, and Haridwar municipal body provided the water supply in this. We can see in the map the urban core centers has a better water supply network, and the fringe area have a very shortage of water supply network. From the data of the current status of the water supply, we can see that the urban center has a lot of water supply network, and it is fully catered as per the guideline of the UDPFI, but the peri-urban areas are not fully catered because there is only the water source are tube wells, and at some point there is extension of the city water supply system. Coming to sanitation, the urban centers has good sanitation facilities because it is one of the religious towns, so the state administration also fund in the provision of the sanitation, and there is good number of when we come to about sewerage and solid waste, the core city of the city has sewerage network, but the fringe areas don't not the sewerage network. Solid waste disposal system is very good because the city administration take into account the cleanliness of the city. For coming to land use, of the area, we will see that in the city has a well distributed land use. There are some pockets which are slum-like in the city. We will be discussing about the different aspect of the city, like physical subsystem. So in the physical subsystem, we find that the city has a prominent location where it located in the Swalik and near the Ganga, so it has no water scarcity. When we coming to the social aspect of the town, we find that it has a good number of health facilities, educational facility in the area, and it is one of the most educated urban center in the Uttarakhand. When we look at the location of the hospital, which are mostly located in the urban centers, and the fringe area have no access to such facilities. Even in the community facilities like community hall and other services, the urban centers get good number of such facilities, but fringe areas which are lying in the southern part of the town, they don't get enough facilities. Even the other facilities, allied facilities like petrol pump and other, are not adequate in the urban fringe area. Location of primary school is also indicator of the facilities of the educational system, and it is not adequately served in the fringe area. When we come to the commercial aspect or the economic, the city has mostly the religious affair, and the main source of revenue is from the tourism. So tourism is a major source of income for the city, and it caters to the need of the city, and most of the allied services are also based on them. When we come to the problems faced by the city, it is mostly due to the increased number of the tourists during some period of time, like Kumbh Mela or other festivals. It can be from economic certain analysis. We find that some people have a good earning capacity, but the fringe area, they have not enough economic opportunities which can be fulfilled through the provision of the home stay provisions in the area. Industrial infrastructure, the city has two industrial hubs, Sidco and Sidcol, which have cater to the industrial need of the town. And there is the city has a good infrastructure of the different, like solid waste, sewerage and water supply system. But in the peri-urban area, we can find that there is no such facilities. In some area, there is some attempt to provide such provisions. Coming to environmental aspect, we find that the city has a good number of open space, green areas, which cater to the need of the town in the for environmental. The core area has some noise pollution and traffic congestion. When we come to the master plan provision, we find that the city co-developed is already developed, but they have proposed only two zones of phase 1 and phase 2 of the development, which does not cater to the peri-urban areas, fringe areas. So we find that there is a lacuna in the master plan itself, that it does not provide any such provision for catering to the need of the peri-urban areas. It can be concluded that the city has good urban facilities, but the fringe areas does not cater to such needs. The non-availability of public transport to the fringe area is also great hindrance for the access of the urban facilities like educational institutions and health facilities. The urban-centric development approach of the master plan itself is a great hindrance in the development of such peri-urban areas, because there is no coordination between the urban local body and the panchayat system, so that the peri-urban or the fringe areas can be properly catered through the urban facilities. The recommendation can be based on observations, like there should be involvement of ULB in the selection of their staffs, because the state government is taking this account, but and the training program for improvement of a skill of such a staff is needed, because for the block level or the community level participation or development, there is need for such trained staffs who can manage their affairs better. The formation of ward committees who are efficient with well-trained staffs who can develop the peri-urban areas can be a best option. Effective planning for industrial area in the fringe area can also add advantage to those areas, because the fringe areas lies in the Delhi-Dehradun road, so it has a good potential for the options. And promoting public transport in the fringe areas, because there is no public transport, because the city administration don't feel to have public transport, because the city is located on the Delhi-Dehradun highway, which is catered by the public transport of originating from ISBT Delhi and Dehradun. Thank you.
So, questions?
Just one question. Can you prioritize the actions which you have listed?
What, sir?
You have listed many actions which need to be taken.
Yes.
Recommendations. Can you prioritize them? Which one would be your first priority and why?
Involvement of the local bodies with the panchayat system, because peri-urban areas are far-flung areas and they can be catered fully through the services only when there is a coordination between the panchayat system and the urban local bodies. Because the urban local bodies have trained staff, they have resources, but the coordination, that management of the such facilities can be done through the panchayat located in those areas.
Only one question from the jury was allowed, but I have one query in my mind. What is the current population of Haridwar as per 2011 census?
2.1 lakh.
2.1 lakh.
2.1
million.
Million.
As we all know that there's a huge floating population
Yes.
in Haridwar on a particular day, on a particular period. That normally we call it Kumbh and Mahakumbh.
Kumbh Mela and other, there are also
Right.
4 different men.
Does your master plan is saying especially for that infloating population, any provision they have provided? Because that Har Ki Pedi is more than congested, I know.
Yes, sir.
Do your master plan is saying something about this infloating population? Any provision for that?
Yes, sir.
If master plan
Yes.
is saying, kindly let me know. If not, what are your views?
Yes, sir. Master plan has earmarked some open spaces which is no development zone in the near the next to the Har Ki Pauri. Provisions, they have restricted development in those areas. Those areas have to be left flat, open area, recreational area, which can be used during the large gathering.
Garbage area.
And there is also provision of making a bypass road to cater to the traffic during those days, because during that days traffic is choked in those areas. So they have proposed a bypass road to divert the traffic crossing through the town.